Hey, my name's David Rodwin, and this is The Life. So, about 2.5 years ago, almost exactly when I turned 40, I started having these night terrors. Yesterday I did a vlog talking about the nightmares that I had, and it reminded me of these night terrors. Now, these night terrors were not nightmares. I did not actually have them while I was asleep. I would have them as I was going to sleep. And honestly, I recorded some videos over 1.5 years ago when they were really bad, and I wasn't really comfortable sharing them. But since they stopped, since I'm not experiencing this anymore, I feel like I can actually share this again, or for the first time. So here's some video that I made 1.5 years ago. Hope it's not too scary. So it's late. And the one thing that I've figured out at this point in my life is that I have no idea how to put myself to bed. I think I did know how to put myself to bed years ago, but it feels so long ago I don't even remember clearly. What I do remember is when I really started to get afraid to go to bed. It was right around when I turned 40, and I had not quite a dream, but an experience when I went to sleep one night. I had this thought that I was positive that I was not going to wake up. This had never occurred to me before. I always assumed, I'll go to sleep, I will wake up in the morning. And for the first time in my life, I didn't just doubt, I didn't just fear that I might not wake up. I was positive that I wouldn't. And it was at that moment that I actually began to fall asleep. You know that feeling you have sometimes when you're totally exhausted, before you're actually asleep, you can feel yourself falling, actually falling backwards. I was lying in bed and I felt myself falling into the bed. It was physically impossible, but that was the sensation. It felt as though I was falling backwards into water, and I started reaching up and grabbing as though I could grab for the surface somehow, but I couldn't make any traction, and I was able to delay sleep for a few seconds, or maybe it was a few minutes. I couldn't tell. The entire time my actual body was completely immobile, but in my mind there was this extraordinary fight for my very life. And in the end, I succumbed to sleep. But the next morning I woke up. You'd think that might inspire confidence, that even when I am sure I'm going to die, I still wake up. But instead, ever since then, I have had the ever-gnawing feeling in those last few moments before you go to sleep that I might not wake up in the morning. And knowing that I might not wake up in the morning, I begin to evaluate my entire life. And I ask myself, have I done enough today? I could have done more today. I'm not ready to die yet. Maybe I'll stay up a little bit longer. Maybe I'll stay up a little bit later until I physically can't keep my eyes open anymore and I collapse. And one of the things I tried doing as soon as I had that terrifying experience is I wondered, how do people put themselves to sleep? Are there any rules for this? I wonder if there's a prayer before bedtime. I thought about all those nice Christian kids who get on their knees and they put their head in their hands and they say something about, if I die before I wake. And I'm like, wow, that's the thing that I just had this terrifying waking nightmare about. Maybe there's something in Judaism that will actually give me some solace. And I actually found a prayer. And I thought, wow, all these Christian kids know about their prayer. I never heard that there was a prayer before going to sleep. And amazingly, just a 1.5 weeks ago, my rabbi did a learning on this. So here are the best parts of the rather long prayer before going to sleep. First, you make an interesting request for freedom. May it be your will, Lord my God and God of my ancestors, that I no longer sin, and whatever I have done before you, may it be erased in your great compassion. That's nice. Thinking about that makes me a little bit more comfortable going to sleep. This next one, I don't know how much it puts me at ease, but it goes like this. I lie down and sleep and wake again, for the Lord supports me. I will not fear the myriad forces arrayed against me on every side. I don't like the idea that there are forces arrayed against me as I'm going to sleep on every side, but I guess it's good that I'll be waking up again. Then you say the Shema, and then you close with this one. Into your hand I commit my spirit, when I sleep and when I wake, and with my spirit, my body. Adonai is with me. I will not fear. I like that. I don't know if I believe it, but maybe if I say it in Hebrew I'll believe it more. Biado afkiruhi be'et ishen ve'a'ira ve'imruhi geviati Adonai li ve'lo ira. So this last bit is actually from Adon Olam. There's one very ritualistic section that feels very, very ancient, pre-Israelite, and it goes like this. In the name of God, the God of the wrestling people, on my right hand is Michael, angel of water, on my left is Gavriel, angel of fire, and before me is Uriel, angel of air, and behind me is Raphael, angel of the earth, and above my head is the Shekinah, the presence of God. So I'm really glad I'm not experiencing that anymore, because it's a pretty terrifying thing to try and go to sleep, fearful that you really might not ever wake up again. My name's David Rodwin, and this is The Life.